CEO Ronald Hicklin from Creating the Difference. Today we're going to talk about the new hammer, Pure Envy. The Pure Envy features the HK22 Cohesion Hybrid cover stock. We checked the hardness, it was 74. Looked at the factory finish, it's finished 500, 2000. It scanned at 1500. It features the launcher core shape, which was also used in the original Extreme Envy. It's an asymmetric ball. The RG is 2.505. Differential is 0.055. The mass bias is 0.021, which means this is supposed to be a very strong, big hooking bowling ball. The layout is the same layout that we like to use, 55 by 4.5 by 30. But I brought along a brand new Mesmerize because I want to show you something kind of interesting. Both these balls feature HK22 Cohesion, but I want to show you something about the oil absorber. So I'm going to go out to the lane, grab some oil, and show you something with the oil absorber. So I've just grabbed some oil off the lane. I'm going to put it on the Pure Envy here and on the Mesmerize. And you can see, I mean, the Mesmerize is gone already and the Pure Envy is still sitting there. You know, we talk a lot about oil absorption. So in this case, I would tell you that the Pure Envy is actually slow, whereas the Mesmerize is actually fast. So I'm curious to see how that plays into the performance, because I think, honestly, that oil absorption does actually matter a lot. I also think that HK22 Cohesion, historically, with some of the balls that I've seen in the past, has been a fast absorbing cover stock. So to see that this one actually is slower is interesting to me. We'll see if the performance changes or not, but that's something that you're probably not gonna hear from any other bowling ball review. And we're about to find out how useful that is. We're talking specifically about the Pure Envy. Let's get started. One more thing. I know you guys may go, well, this ball is a hybrid and that ball is a solid. And bro, look, I'm telling you this. We done did solids, hybrids, and pearls, and all the HK22 balls have been super fast, and this one's not fast. Let's just leave that alone. This ball happens to be different by a lot. We're gonna see how it rolls right now. First shot, this is gonna be a big hooking traction ball, so we gotta throw some shots and get in the right part of the lane. And you might be able to see the flare on this ball. There is a lot of flare, bro. Starts over here and ends like right around here. It's a lot of flare, which is what you're gonna get when you're at that 050 plus number. I like that shot. It didn't like me. That was a nasty flat 7-pin, which is not a good sign, but nonetheless. So I moved left and I squared up to it. That's what I did. Traction balls, that's kind of what you have to do. They're early rolling, early hooking. Got to play straighter through the front, better for heavy oil. This is a fresh shot. This is a good shot for it. Just keep it in the oily part of the lane. So that oil is not absorbing in fast at all. Like, it's not. You can see I haven't thrown a lot of shots, but definitely I'm wiping it all off, but it's definitely not absorbing fast. Got that in just a board or so. It did keep going. Getting a little bit more total hook out of it. A little bit more. Keep throwing it. It's early. It's not as continuous. It is a little bit more forward, a little different. Guys that are high ball speed, guys that are low rev rate are probably gonna like this ball because it's gonna give you that earlier pickup. The thing that's kind of interesting is it's weird. It almost wants to make this earlier hook, but then not give you what I would expect more on the back end. So I don't know yet. You know, the thing about me is I'm gonna tell you whether I like the ball or not, good or bad. Not every single bowling ball is for every single player either. So let's throw a little bit more. This one's a little bit tricky. That's the friction. So that was more like a continuous ball, less like a traction ball. Interesting to me, and the reason why I'm like hesitating is because this ball started super early and then super straight down lane, which is what traction balls do. It's now becoming a little more continuous, but the way it's doing it is kind of weird. So that's why I keep throwing it. That ball, I got to the friction on purpose because the traction ball would still go forward. It didn't go forward, it kept going, which is more like a continuous ball. So it could be the fact that this ball is getting some oil on the cover and the oil's not absorbing fast, so it's turning more into a continuous ball, which would be interesting because typically, basically off all the information, it should be traction. Which, by the way, if you don't know what traction, continuous, and angular are, we'll drop a link to a video that will explain exactly what traction, continuous, angular, and straight ball motions are, because that's the only four types. That's 4 types of ball motion, and all bowling balls do one of those 4 things. That's more in the oil. So that one did actually pick up early, which is what traction balls are supposed to do. Got back to the friction again. Come on, see? That's what I mean though. Like, you know what? Hold on, let me get another bowling ball. So I'm gonna kind of explain what I mean by that. So this is vaporized and it's shiny, but I'm gonna kind of show you what I mean by that. So So I know that ball's going to, when it gets that friction, it's gonna make that move. Now, they're different surfaces, there's no doubt. And as a matter of fact, I wanna grab my scanner to see what the surface of this ball's at. Hang on one second. All right, so we're at 3,000 at this point. We're at 3,000 with the finish. Let me throw a vaporize against. Different ball motion, but I need the comparison because I am a little confused, honestly. Let's go right back where we were. That's 10 back. Yeah, okay. Okay, so those shots are close. It's not traction, it's definitely more on the continuous side of things. Okay, now we know that. Come on. So interesting. So the surface being 2,000 with this cover was early. As it's beginning to lane shine, it's becoming better. It's becoming more continuous shape. And that's a combination, right, of not only the fact that the cover is lane shining, but also because it doesn't absorb oil fast. I will tell you a benefit of fast oil absorption is consistent reaction. And this to me is a good example of the confusion that can happen when you don't understand that, right? So what that tells me is this ball's probably going to be just fine, but I need to keep bowling with it and get the cover kind of up to this lane shine surface to get the actual performance. Because it most certainly wasn't that at the very beginning, and now it's getting more of that continuous shape. And once I grab that other ball to kind of verify that, I see what's going on now. Like that's coming back. Yeah, that's interesting. Like that tells me a couple of things. One, if you get this ball, you need to go bowl game with it immediately before you make any sort of judgment. And then two, this ball is going to be a strong piece. Very interesting. The ball's fine now. Like it's fine now. It's gonna be fine. It's a continuous ball, it's not traction, but you definitely wanna get some oil, some games on this ball. Once it kind of begins to lane shine, like you can see, I mean, this ball doesn't look nearly what it did at the beginning. Once it gets like this, the performance is different. And this is even more like, you know, what I would expect, so to speak, out of HK22. Yeah, so now it's shaping the way it's supposed to shape. Let's throw some shots in the dark. Watch this. Wow! It's fine now. The ball's fine. It just needed to get thrown. Really interesting. I almost wonder, like, would it be better just to put the ball at like 4,000 from the beginning and just be done with it? Because it's still a very big looking bowling ball. Yeah, it's definitely, that's what it's supposed to do. Now we're getting somewhere. I'm gonna tell you, like, them first couple of shots, I'm like, what is going on here? But now you gotta break this one in. So that's the key, right? The key is, I'm curious to see how many other people that do ball reviews tell you that part at the beginning. Because I'm gonna say, probably not a lot, but it'll be interesting to see. But that's the key, because this ball is now completely different. It's a completely different ball than it was. Like at first I'm like, I don't know about this one. And now I'm like, oh, okay. We good. Woo! Oh, come on! Throw in the logs! I just want them to knock down all the pins. You saw it coming across though. Yeah, see, now I can move right. So I'm moving right, getting it further left, because it's coming back. Watch this one. Bang! Whee! Just gotta break it in. You gotta break this ball in. So don't judge a ball by its cover. Get it to like 3,000 or 4,000 grit, probably closer to 4,000 first, and then judge the ball. Yeah, 4,000. We have 4,000 now. And then like, let me see if I can get a spot that hasn't really, it's 4,000 grit now, and now it's like, yeah, now we in the building. We're good now. We definitely are good. This ball reminds me of a bigger hooking Envy Tour, a more usable Stream Envy. Those things are good. I'm gonna grab the Vapor Zone because I don't think the Vaporize. I'm gonna grab Vaporize because Vaporize is not gonna recover from there. And I like Vaporize. Maybe a little left. I mean, like Vaporize is good enough. Like I'm thinking Vaporize is gonna make it to the end of the year good enough, right? End of the year, we're gonna do a best ball of the year, a kind of a battle of the brands. And I think Vaporize is in that category. But Vaporize does not hook as much as this ball when this ball is at the right finish. That's good. Yeah, bro. So this ball's good. This ball's good. Like at first I'm like, I don't know. And now I'm like, yeah, super interesting. I believe it's tied to the oil absorption. Way left. and it still recovered. That was further left than the first shot with the vaporizer, and it still got back. This ball's good. This ball is so I take back what I said. We gotta back up a little bit. So now you just gotta get the surface up. Get the surface up, get it to 3,000-4,000 right from the beginning, and then let it rip. It gets down the lane, it makes that super strong move that HK22 is famous for. It's definitely a stronger, bigger hooking ball. It can handle some heavy oil, but it also is gonna work on the house shot. Oh, I like this. Not gonna replace Envy Tour. This ball is going to be the ball that would be in front of the Envy. So basically, I would start, if I get to a condition, Envy Tour is a little too clean, because that ball is definitely clean. A little too clean, doesn't recover enough. I would go grab this ball, and then the moment this ball began to plaque 7 for me, I'm gonna switch to the Envy Tour because it'll pick right up. This may be the first time that I've seen this good of a combination. I'm gonna grab my Envy Tour actually, because that's Tim Beck all day. Let me grab my Envy Tour. All right, so I got my Envy Tour, because this ball here is a GOAT ball. Yeah, that's the daddy. That's the daddy right there. That ball is just good. Like, you can just, if you ain't got one of them, you gotta have one in your bag. So that's GOAT shape. That's GOAT reaction. Strong, continuous. Now, let's throw Pure Envy, because Pure Envy now has my Curiosity Peak. I mean, I aced those shots. You can look at that. And that ball rolls good. It rolls really, really, really good. So I'm gonna go 2 more right. See that? So look, I am literally 1, 2, actually 3 right off my hand, same break point, and the ball recovers. And that is a very, very, very good sign. Envy Tour. That's the difference. Pure Envy is good. It's a stronger version of an Envy Tour. It is more total hook. It gives you the same kind of shape in terms of like what it does. It just does more of it. Great 1-2 combination. Man, that's interesting. That's very, very interesting. So anyway, if you found this review helpful, leave us a comment, join our staff. You know, we got all kinds of social media too. We got Facebook, you're obviously on YouTube, we got Instagram, we got TikTok, we got Twitter, we got it all. Follow us, man, get some more information. The cool thing about our staff is if you're part of our staff at ctdbowling.com, and the regional staff is free to join, you get more information, right? You get more information to help you become a better bowler. We're gonna do some exclusive videos with lots of bowling balls for our Facebook community. They're gonna ask us some questions. We're gonna give them some feedback and give them some of what they're asking for in terms of ball reviews as well. That won't be on YouTube. So please let us know if you like that. If you'd like to join our staff, just get on there and join our staff. If you like this content that we're doing, drop a comment, let us know. We'd like to interact with you. This ball's interesting, man. Like, I was first like, I don't know, bro. Like, you might have messed up on this one. And now I'm like, this one's actually really, really good. So definitely consider picking up one of these. You can go to our website and pick up one too at ctdbowling.com. And we actually, when you buy a ball from us, give you the option to get a sanding pad, which in this case, I probably would get a 4,000 grit sanding pad immediately, hit this bowling ball right from the rip, and then let it do what it's supposed to do. On behalf of Creating the Difference, I am CEO Ronald Hicklin. Talk to you soon.